No, we're not actually dead. Despite what many of you may have been saying to us in our DMs, I know we've been inactive for a while, but we're about to explain all the reasons behind this.
Yes, we do owe you an update on what is going on with our current house purchase, why we quit YouTube and social media for the last 3 months,
and what exact plans we have submitted to the council for our huge next renovation project. But most of all, we've got to tell you the biggest problem we're currently facing. Let's get into it.
And for the people who have just clicked on this video and never seen our sweet little faces before, or even if you've watched along, considering it's been a whole 3 months now, let us get you up to date a little bit.
So we just bought this house in Berkshire for £450,000. It's a groggy old detached chalet styled house, meaning it used to be a bungalow but now has one huge bedroom upstairs, and it lays on a 1/4 of an acre plot.
Really nice.
Now, £450,000 might seem a lot of money to spend on a crusty old little house like this, but after doing our research on the properties sold on the same road, we've truly got ourselves a bargain.
You might even say it's the worst house on the best street.
And our plans for this puppy are gonna be huge, with an 8x4 extension going on the back and an addition of a dormer on the first floor to make space for an extra bedroom. With all these ambitious plans, it might sound like we're employing a construction team for a lot of money. But if you know us well, we're cheapskates who love getting our hands dirty, and we'll be doing all of the work ourselves, just like we did in our last renovation series. Not to mention, one of our best mates, Alf, who's been building for the last few years, will be helping us out too. But for now, let's chat about why we've been waiting for so goddamn long. First of all, we owe you guys a huge apology for burying our heads in the sand, not answering any of your messages and not posting for 3 months. I feel like us kind of quitting YouTube for 3 months and ignoring everyone probably wasn't the best way of dealing with things. We just really felt like we didn't have anything to say, no new updates, no new content, but we should have at least kept you guys in the loop. So this is what we're trying to do today.
So why is this house buying and selling process taking so long? Well, in short, there's just so many kind of variables when buying and selling houses. And it turns out because this house is a probate house, it's been a real problem getting that probate granted. We've been on our solicitor's back from day one. Could you just check if the contract pack got sent off for the one we're selling?
Do you know if the sellers have sent over the contract pack to our solicitor?
I know the contract pack's kind of meant to go within the first week, and obviously
They might have sent over the contract.
I haven't seen them as yet. I get about 300 emails a day.
And although recently she has been super proactive trying to get us to complete on this house, some things are just out of mine and her control. We also went through other problems with the septic tank for this house because it didn't meet current regulations, so we organised for that to get emptied, inspected, and we've had a quote for it to get remedied when we complete on the house. But yeah, there have just been countless issues which we have had to solve. Now we are just waiting for this probate solution. So apart from this little probate problem we've currently got, we are ready to go. We've got cash waiting in the bank account from our previous sale because that Suffolk house that we just renovated last year completed a couple of weeks ago. That was having some problems with land registry, but that all got solved. Completed, ready to go.
We are just so excited and ready to go with this new renovation series, and I'm so excited because we have promised you guys weekly videos once we get started, and I have got this whole new editing setup because some of you probably don't know, but I edit the videos and Harry does all of the Instagram and all that other stuff. And I've got myself a new desk from FlexiSpot, which I've set up, and it has helped me heaps with my editing. So I'm going to show you that quickly now, and this is just a little thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. So behind me here is my new adjustable height standing desk, which is the E7 Pro from the FlexiSpot range. This gives me unlimited options of comfort for when I'm editing, because as you guys know, I edit videos for maybe 13 hours at a time, and it is so nice to be able to have that option, moving my desk up and down when I feel like I need to kind of give my little legs a break and sit down, or give my legs some energy and stand up. So this E7 Pro desk behind me here has individual drive motors on each leg, which makes it incredibly stable,
and it has a heavy duty capacity of up to 160 kilograms, which to be honest, I don't think my little setup here is that heavy, but it's good to know that I could probably sit on it, and Harry could too, which is kind of useful. So this keypad here is how you control the desk. You can either use the arrows to set the height how you want, which by the way, it goes up really quickly, so you're not waiting around for ages for it to move. And it goes super high. I think it went to 130 centimeters tall, which is a crazy tall for all you 6'6" finance pros out there. Or you can program your desk with up to 4 preset heights, which is available at just the touch of a button. So super quick and easy. And it also has a built-in charger. It's got a little USB port here. So with this, I tend to charge my phone, and this desk here is coming with us to the next renovation property. We're gonna do ourselves a little room just for me, so I can have my kind of quiet time and I can edit and reply to your comments and do all that fun stuff. So thank you again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video, and what an easy sponsor for me to be able to talk about, because it is something that I love and will use every single day. So if you're interested in this desk, then all of the links for this will be in the description box below. And also it's so worth mentioning that FlexiSpot are doing a massive sale on the 19th of August for their E7 Pro desk for 50% off, half price, which is crazy. This house is such a beautiful house, but our worry is, what if probate never comes back? And unfortunately, the probate office that they're dealing with this house is the Newcastle one. Now this is the one that all the paper documents get sent to, and they literally get sent there, they could get lost in the post, and they get put in a big room piled up with loads and loads of letters, and some of them never even get looked at because they're right at the bottom of the pile. We've got our solicitors to earmark this specific case, and it's been 3 weeks and they have not even shown sign that they've seen the earmark, which is very scary. At this point, we're really considering all of the options, and one of the options is conditionally exchanging on the house. Now this means that probate still wouldn't have gone through, but we would be given the keys to start our work on the house, and as soon as the probate does come through, that is when we pay for the house. Basically meaning we would start work on the house without actually owning the house, which is a pretty risky business.
But it means we can start the YouTube series sooner, so silver lining?
Not really, because if probate never ever comes back, we would have made this house into a beaut house and not technically owned it and spent loads of money on it, so it's very risky.
But probate should come back in another couple of years, so
It's just risky, I don't like it. Another option is just being patient and waiting for those keys, because it really could just be a week or two, like, who knows, it could be so quick, and our solicitors are doing everything they can, so sometimes you have got to be positive.
By the way, guys, if you know anyone that works in the Newcastle Probate Registry office, this is deadly serious, please do let us know, because anything we can do to fast track our application, even if you just live in Newcastle and want to camp outside the office for us and hassle all the staff, let us know. And the reason we're willing to try anything is because the last option that we have is pretty extreme. It's an option we don't even really want to have to consider, but we might have to. We'll talk about that later.
Anyway, last video we went through the different layout options for this house, done through our nationwide architect, Arkiplan.
If you guys are thinking of doing any renovation soon and need an architect for it, shoot us a DM and we might be able to get you an exclusive discount with Arkiplan. What a awesome company, couldn't recommend them enough.
Last video we asked you guys which options you preferred. A resounding majority of you preferred option 2, meaning that there would be 2 bedrooms, both with en-suites upstairs. We've explained we're going to achieve this by adding another dormer to match the existing one at the back of the property, creating much more room upstairs. Although this does not deem the house a 2-bedroom property, last episode it seemed we failed to explain properly that there is an additional 2 bedrooms downstairs in the property as well, which both share a downstairs shower room. This doesn't take away from the downstairs communal space, as we also have a separate snug here, a large utility space here, and not to mention the significant kitchen diner extension we'll be building to the rear of the property.
This rear extension will truly be the heart of the home. This will mean when renovations are complete, we'll be left with a 4-bed, 3-bath property.
You might be familiar with where I am. The extension that we're going to build is going to be right behind me here, and we are so excited to break soil and actually start on this extension because it's something that we've never done before. Luckily for us, we're going to have someone on board, on hand, ready to help, who has done this before, who's got loads of experience in this area. And that person is my childhood best friend, Alfie.
My name's Alfie and we are laying the patio. The patio's laid. What can I say that?
Yeah.
Some of you might recognise Alfie from helping us install the RSJ and the patio in our last renovation series.
Alf, can I get a rating out of 10 for that sandwich?
Oof, a good 9.1.
Or if you're a real old-time subscriber, then you'd also recognise him from our van life adventures in Italy.
And funnily enough, I'm not Harry's first and only YouTube partner. Him and Alfie also had a little thing going, which is very cute.
This is Harry and Alfie doing what we do best, jackass.
So you better get used to seeing his handsome chiseled face around here because he's going to be with us the whole renovation series.
So Alf's agreed to help us out for 2 to 3 days a week, guiding us through these new complicated plans we have for the house. Nix and I have never been near an extension, but Alf's has done more extensions than he's had hot dinners in the last year. How do you think he got such a chiseled face?
So you know what house we want, you know our plan, and you know our team.
So let's talk about the order of service that we're gonna do things in here, because we've got a lot of plans, but what are we tackling first?
Well, firstly, we want to sort out this front driveway. And as you can see, it really only fits my little Polo, and that is just not good enough. So we're gonna be getting the big toys out here straight away. We're gonna be taking down all these little trees, and we're gonna be hiring a digger and moving all the soil from the bottom to the top of this hill. A nice level space for maybe 3 or 2 cars to park on. Then there's going to be a tiered level down here for a little bit of grass just to get some kind of greenery in there, and then it's going to go down one more time to where the house is going to be. So a very tiered garden, and all of this is going to be kept up with retaining walls. And I've got some really nice ideas to make this garden so pretty. I'm thinking big sleepers for the retaining walls, I'm thinking a beautiful painted gate, and I'm thinking lots of cute wildflowers and shrubbery to really add to the greenery in this front garden.
Which we're gonna be building ourselves. We can't believe we're saying we're gonna be doing all this work, and we're actually gonna be doing it.
Here we are, great.
Another first job we want to get done ASAP is the downstairs bathroom. An absolute turd of a room, quite literally. But since we're living on site, we need a nice place to shower in the evenings once all the dirty work is done. And we've already been getting ourselves wildly excited about this project. We went into our local easy bathroom shop, and we literally decided on every last detail for this room already, including this lush bathroom vanity unit with a quartz worktop. How bougie.
So as for the extension, it's something we have to wait for the council to come back and agree to our plans for. We're expecting that to be around 6 weeks from when we submitted it, which was already 2 weeks ago. So yes, we've taken a risk submitting the plans before buying the house. But if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. So fingers crossed, soon we will be hitting the ground running with this extension. There are so many more things we've got in the pipe work to talk to you guys about what order we're gonna do things, what jobs we want done, the oak porch at the front, all of the rendering of the house. But we're just gonna talk to you about them as and when the time comes. There's no point predicting all of this stuff, telling you all of this stuff, and then it might not happen. On that note, let's talk about that third option.
Now it is finally time to talk about the last option that we have with regards to this house purchase, and that is to pull out. And this is something that we haven't taken lightly at all, and it's not something we're doing yet. We know that's an option. We're really realistic, and we know that if probate doesn't come back, or anytime soon, that will have to be the thing that we would do.
As we mentioned earlier, YouTube and creating content is kind of our job. It's what pays our bills, it's what keeps us busy, it's our passion. And right now, without a house to renovate, we're really struggling to kind of find content that is gonna inspire us and excite you guys. And we can't just wait forever.
And we know what you guys are here to see. You're here to see us knocking down walls, creating beautiful kitchens, getting inspired with creativity. But I feel like we're not here to bore you. We're not here to put content out in between those times and just kind of put content out for the sake of putting content out. Like we try not to be those type of like content creators. We want it to be interesting and inspiring. So apologies again for not kind of posting anything and for not answering any of you guys on Instagram. We really have just buried our heads in the sand and put it all to bed for a few months. But we're kind of not ready to keep going with that. We're ready to like start something now, especially because we have sold our house. So yeah, that is the final option would be pulling out of this house and starting afresh.
Now, what starting afresh would mean is it would mean buying an auction property in the next week or so, and they only have a 28-day completion notice before we could actually get our hands on the keys. So we could have our hands on a whole nother house's set of keys in just a few weeks. Whereas this could
tempting.
Yeah, because this could go on forever.
Yeah, it could. That's the thing.
But in the good news is we've contacted Newcastle Registry Probate Office multiple times. They say they've earmarked it. It should be getting done. So let's not get fully negative.
Yeah, we're not completely,
We still love the house.
Yeah, and we want it. That's the main thing. We want this house so bad. So we're just being realistic.
So either way, you're going to be getting a video from us in the coming weeks explaining what option we've chosen, why, whether it's pulling out of this house and us showing you around the new property that we've bought, or an excited one, fingers crossed, that we've got the keys to this house and we're in and renovations have started. We will keep you updated this time, we promise. And again, apologies for vanishing for a little while.
And thank you for clicking on this video in the first place, since it's been so long since you've seen the last one. We appreciate your support and we appreciate you being here and still being interested in kind of what we're up to. So thank you guys. And we promise the content is going to be top notch from now on, okay?
And we can't wait to bring you the exciting content, so stay tuned, okay? We promise we'll be back with better stuff.
Okay, well, we'll see you in a couple weeks' time with the news.
Hopefully good news.
Love you, bye.
Bye.